Greetings, YouTube. I say greetings because that's my tagline, my slogan, whatever you want to call it, my catchphrase, whatever. It's how I open most of my videos, like 99%. But this video, and if you've seen the headline of it, you know the narrative or the tonality of it. It's not going to be like, hey, let's be cheerful and happy. And even though I really try to be as positive as possible in my relations with the community and even when I try to be objective, kabam, I got to tell you, I know people who've played this game for, gosh, years. We're talking 3, 4, maybe even 5 years, who feel like they're stuck. You see, they don't have an amazing 6-star roster. In fact, every time they open a 6-star, they expect trash, or maybe not trash, but like champions that they're never going to take to rank 2 because the resources are so high. They're not going to take even like a 6-star Nebula to rank 2, but certainly not somebody like a Kingpin or a King Groot or a Thor Jane Foster, OG Daredevil, etc. So it's having this effect where they feel stuck because you can't rank a 5-star past rank 5. And so if you're trying to think of ways to get excited about the future of the game, I don't think it is a controversial point to say that ultimately the future of the game is 6-star champions. But 2 points. I've done past videos where I've talked about how overrated 6-stars are and how even after the Abyss came out, I saw so many people clear it with 565, SIG 200 5-stars. Aegon, Doctor Doom, Human Torch, etc. And if you're going to clear content with a 565 5-star that's, I don't know, let's say 15,000 rated overall, right? Somebody like Captain America Infinity War, and you're fighting against champions with the PI of like 1 to 2 million, that's telling me that you don't need a 6-star to clear the content. You just need a 5-star. And the good news about 5-stars is that the price of ranking them up keeps going down. But the problem with 6-stars, and really if your goal is 6-stars, not only are the pool, or it is the pool I should say in terms of like champions, pretty crappy, but it's referenced today in the offer, this tier 5 Catalyst bundle. $70 for 5% of a tier 5 class Catalyst fragment crystal. $70. So let's just say we're not even factoring 2 things into it. We're not factoring in tax, and we're not factoring in probably the biggest thing, especially because Kabam is located in Canada, of exchange rate conversions that actually make this a lot higher for people who don't have as strong of a currency as the American dollar, and there are a lot of countries out there who unfortunately don't. But 5% means that you would, even if this was a selector, which it's definitely not, have to buy a minimum of 20 of these to get 100% of a tier 5 class Catalyst. Well, you multiply 70 times 20, and that's $1,400. And people are saying in the comments, and they've reached out to me, Prof, it's $1,400. But no, it's not. It's way more than that. That is what the cost would be if you got to select the 2250 tier 5 class Catalyst fragment. But this is a crystal. This is not a selector. And so there are 6 different classes. And if you're targeting one specific class, you got to multiply that by 6 to really get the average of what you hopefully would expect. And we know that it's an individual coin flip. The last 200 premiums with 0 4-stars have shown that. So this is $8,400, not $1,400. On average, if you want to hopefully get some expectation of a guarantee of 20 of these things to be the specific class you're targeting. And I also believe the algorithm has shown over the years, particularly with things like 5-star class-based awakening gems, that if you are more likely to get one specific class, you're going to continue to get that class over the others that you might need. But even if this was a selector, even if you guaranteed the class of your choice, that would still be $1,400. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know too many people that have $1,400 to spend on tier 5 class Catalyst fragment crystals. And so when summoners are seeing what it takes to quote unquote advance in the game and get excited about 6-stars, even if they have great 6-star rosters, which most people don't, it's just defeating. And it makes you feel like unless you spend your rent money or your mortgage or your college tuition or your kids' tuition, you're just going to be discouraged. Now, I do want to say, again, the point I've made in this video already. I think 6-stars are overrated. I think the race to get them to rank 3, other than for prestige sake, which makes perfect sense because the higher the prestige, for those of you at the very, very top, the better the rewards for things like Alliance Quest. But everybody else isn't in the top 5 or 10 or even 20 alliances of prestige. They're somewhere between rank 20 and rank 20,000. And for everybody of you watching that, even if you're a quote-unquote in-game player who's beaten most things, it's not worth the money to get this kind of offer. Think about all of the revives and other things you could buy for $1,400 worth of units. Because that's what you're giving up to buy these. You're not getting the units included with a deal like this. You're just getting the items. And so I always say, okay, let's say you take a 6-star to rank 3 and it costs you $2,000. And that rank 3 6-star is going to clear content, let's say 10 revives faster than your 565. Those 10 revives are not going to cost $2,000. So actually cost-benefit analysis-wise, it's better to stick with your 565 5-star and enjoy the game and spend money on things like crystals than it is to just chase after trash offers like this. You've also got to love that it's limit 3 because they're also expecting whales, and I'm sure there are plenty out there because they buy everything, to spend over $200 to get 15% of a class, but really it's not even 15% of the class. It's 5% of one class, 5% of another, and 5% of another. So this is hurting the game. This is hurting the economy of the game, which Kabam likes to talk about. And this is also giving me even more ammunition and incentive to say, concentrate on maxing and max ranking up your 5-stars. That's also where the items are coming out that allow you to do such things with things like new variant content. And variant number 4 was very, very reasonable in terms of difficulty, assuming you had a 1-star Hulk, right? But in general, like, I'm all on team concentrate on ranking up 5-stars and enjoy the game versus blowing money that is unbelievably ridiculous to take 6-stars to rank 3. It just doesn't make sense, and literal sense, C-E-N-T-S, when it comes to money. So is this a ridiculous price tag? 100%. And we just as a community got to say, hard pass. We'll concentrate on enjoying the game and maybe using that money to either save it and not spend on the game, or concentrate on things that have a much more guaranteed value, like 5-star rank up packages that occur, say, a couple times a year on July 4th and Cyber Weekend. That's my rant. Have a good day, YouTube.